Hey guys, what's up? This is Vinnie Stevens here, and welcome to another video for my channel. Welcome to another video of vinyl reviews. Don't worry, this is not my last video. If you haven't seen my last video where I kind of did an April Fool's joke on saying that I was quitting this channel, go back. You can go back and check that out. I didn't expect the responses I got from that video. People actually fell for it. So yeah, I actually kind of stole that off another YouTuber. So in this video of vinyl reviews, I did say at the end of the last episode of vinyl reviews that I was going to be reviewing a U2 album. I've decided to hold that off until the next video and bring this one forward, because as of the end of March, when the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was going on, these guys are in it. This is one of my all-time favorite bands. It was one of the first bands I ever saw live. They had a chance to go and see them again. And I've always wanted to review one of these albums and have one of their albums in my collection. This is Def Leppard, Pyromania, and I think I also said in the last kind of special video of vinyl reviews, I think it was the top 5 ones I'd like to review. I think I did say that I wanted to review this, and I am. So anyway, enough of me talking, let's get on with the video. So who are Def Leppard? So they're an English rock band that were formed in Sheffield, England in 1977. Sheffield being in, I think, the same county, Yorkshire, that I am, I think. I don't know England that well. They were part of the new wave of British heavy metal movement that happened during the mid to late 70s. At the time of the release of this album, the band consisted of Joe Elliott on lead vocals, Rick Savage on bass and backing vocals, Rick Allen on drums and backing vocals, Phil Collen on guitar and backing vocals, and Steve Clark on guitar and backing vocals. Since then, Steve Clark passed away on the 8th of January 1991 and was replaced by Vivian Campbell, and since then this has been the longest lineup. This album was recorded before Rick Allen had a car accident where he lost his right, I think it was right arm, I don't know, well, one of his arms. They are one of the world's best-selling music artists. Def Leppard has sold over 100 million records worldwide, and have 2 albums with RIA Diamond certification, one being Pyromania and their next album, Hysteria. There are only one of only 5 rock bands with 2 original studio albums selling over 10 million copies in the US. The band were ranked number 31 in VH1's 100 Greatest Artists of Hard Rock, and ranked number 70 in the 100 Greatest Artists of All Time. Def Leppard, as I said at the start of the video, was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year in 2019. The band have released 10 studio albums, 1 cover album, 2 live albums, 4 compilation albums, 3 extended plays, 11 video albums, 45 music videos, 2 EPs, and 60 singles. Now on to the next part. So a bit of background on this album. Pyromania is the first studio album by English rock band Def Leppard. This was released on the 20th of January 1983 through Vertical Records in the UK and Europe, and through Mercury Records in the US. This was the first album to feature Phil Collen, who replaced founding member Pete Willis. This album was produced by Robert John Montline. The album was shifted away from the band's traditional heavy metal roots towards a more radio-friendly glam metal and hard rock, finding them massive mainstream success. Pyromania charted at number 2 in the Billboard 200, number 4 in the Canadian RPM albums chart, number 18 on the UK albums chart. This album has sold over 10 million copies in the US, which has given this album diamond certification by the RIAA. Pete Rillis, he was fired from the band on 11th of July 1982 due to his extensive alcohol consumption on the job, and was replaced by Phil Collin from Girl the next day. There was a personal changes took place during the recording of this album. Now on to recording. So recording. So the album was recorded between January and November of 1982. It was recorded at Parkgate Studio, Battelle, East Sussex, England, and in Barry Studio in London, England. The band has released 4 singles for this album. First one was Photograph, released on the 3rd of February 1983. The second one was Rock of Ages, Side A and Action Not Words and Side B, released on the 3rd of May 1983. The third single was released, was Fooling on Side A, and Coming Under Fire, which was released on September 1983. I don't know what date, in North America only. And the last single was released on the 25th of November 1983 in the UK only. I forgot what one that was. Album was partly recorded with original guitarist Pete Willis, whose rhythm guitar tracks appear on all the songs. Towards the end of the recording sessions, as I said, Willis was fired for his alcohol abuse, and was replaced by Phil Collin. He contributed a few guitar solos as well as additional guitar parts that had not been yet recorded by Willis. On the original LP released, Willis is visible in the background of the photograph of lead singer Joe Elliott, while Will Collin is given one of his own personal photos as a new full-time member of the group. The album was also seen as the traditional one between heavy metal sound and of the first 2 albums, and the beginning of a more radio-friendly direction of later releases. The album featured heavy metal rockers such as Rock Till You Drop, which is the single, which was the last single released. Stage Fright and Die Hard the Hunter, as well as their top 40 hits like Photograph, Rock of Ages, and Foolin'. Their lead single, Photograph, turned Def Leppard into a household name, supplementing Michael Jackson's Beat It as one of the most requested videos on MTV, becoming an example of rock radio, dominating the US albums rock charts for 6 weeks, and sparked headline tours across the US. Fueled by Photograph and their other singles, Rock of Ages and Foolin', Pyromania went on to sell about 6 million records in 1983. That was more than 100,000 copies a week in that year, and was held from the top of the US album charts by obviously Michael Jackson's Thriller. With the album's massive success, Pyromania was clarified for the 1980s pop metal movement. The Pyromania tour began in England at a place called the McGee Club in Oxford Street in London in February 1983. Def Leppard's US tour in support of the album began in March, opening for Billy Squier, and ended with a headline performance before an audience of 55,000 people at the Jackson Murray Stadium in San Diego, California in September. As a testament to the band's popularity at the time, a US Gap poll in 1984 saw Def Leppard actually voted as favourite rock bands over their peers such as Rolling Stones, AC/DC and Journey. So now on to Reputation and Legacy. So reputation and a legacy. So, Pyromania has received mostly positive reviews, being commonly considered, along with its follow-up, Hysteria, as one of the band's finest efforts to date, and one of Mutt Lange's best productions. David Franke of Rolling Stone praised Leppard for putting much needed fire back on the radio, producing can't even say that, sophisticated music, more emotionally charged than most of the synthesized disco that passes for modern music over the airways, adding that the band may not be highly original, but they mean what they play, and that's artful, busy mix easily covers up any of faults. All music reviewer Stephen Haley, I think that's his name, stated that Pyromania was where the band's vision coincided and gelled into something more. He described the songs as driven by catchy, shiny, melodic hooks instead of hard guitar riffs. I know the latter do pop up once in a while, and he added trans- transcended hard rock perfection, and Pyromania was surprisingly successful. They reached never exceeded their gasp, while makes the album an enduring and massive influential classic. Spunky music, if that is how you say it, reviewer, equally enthusiastic, roughly recommended the album, fully type music, very infectious melodies, and efferent courses to pretty much everyone. Um, no matter what the taste of music is. In contrast, the Canadian journalist Malin Pomfo considered Pyromania at the beginning of Leppard's creative degeneration and criticised Lange's painstaking approach to detail that strips the album of its sweet and grit, making the sound phony. Joe Ellie has recorded meeting Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy. He said they deliver Pyromania, the band, not Phil Lynott. And with us sharing a label with Thin Lizzy, he heard it. He put his hand on my shoulder and said that I heard your album. It's the reason I split the band. I can't compete with that. The crappiest baghead compliment I've ever had. I wish I had been brave enough to shove him up against the wall and say, well, make a better album then. But I just said, shut it off. With the melody, hooks, and heavy MTV exposure, Pyromania became massive success. A major catalyst for 1980s melody rock movement. The album sold 6 million copies in the US, as I said. It has sold more than 10 million albums, as I said, and have been certified as Diamond. In 1989, it was re-released all fully. Company Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs as part of their Ultra Disc series. All their singles, they released Photograph Rock and Ages Film, became top 40 singles on the Billboard Hot 100. With the first reaching the top 20, Photograph in 6 weeks, Rock of Ages in just a week. Both top Billboard top rock tracks, while Full and Too Late for Love made the top 10. Coming Under Fire, Billy's Got a Gun, and Action Not Words made the top 40 off the top rock tracks chart. In Canada, Rock of Ages charted highest at number 24, while Photograph and Full and reached number 32 and 39 respectively. The hard rock nature of the songs resulted in some of their top 40 radio stations choosing to play only one or two of their singles rather than all three. At Chama AM in Toronto, one of Canada's largest audience top 40 stations at the time, Rock of Ages never reached the top 30 countdown. However, down the highway in Hamden at the Trucks AM top 40 radio station, it peaked at number 2. It also topped the chart in many album-oriented rock stations such as Q107 in Toronto. In 2004, the album was ranked number 384 on Rolling Stone's top 500 greatest albums of all time. In 2006, Q Magazine placed the album at number 35 in its list of 40 best albums of the 1980s. In 2015, again, Rolling Stone ranked it number 17 among the 50 greatest hair metal albums of all time, and in 2017, it was ranked number 52 on its 100 greatest metal albums of all time. In 2004, that Pyromania's Certificate Diamond. So yeah, on to track listings. So track listings. So the first side one was Rock Till You Drop, Photograph, Stage Flight, Too Late for Love, Die Hard the Hunter. On side 2, I was feeling Rock of Ages, Coming Under Fire, Action Not Words, and Billy's Gone. Coming Under Fire and Action Not Words are listed inversely on the original Mercury vinyl release, but played in the order I've just said. So now on to cover. So cover, I've only written a wee bit about the cover in my thing script, so I'll just take it out of the protection thing. So the cover artwork is depicted as an animated picture of a huge flame emerging from top floor of a skyscraper with a bullseye aimed at the flame. It's got Def Leppard's logo at the top and then Pyromania at the bottom. On the back it has got kind of matchsticks. The two of them are actually touching together and are lit. It's just got things on it like just the first few have got the we have your track listings, and then just the other one's lit is just the band and then whoever was involved. It's got separate photos. So that one's Joe Elliott, Steve Clark, Rick Savage, Rick Allen, and Phil Collin. I think it's back of Joe Elliott. As I said before, it shows Pete Willis. I'm not going to show you inside of it, cover of it, because it's just, it pretty much is just a red kind of cover. So, yeah. Now on to who was involved with this album. So who was involved with this album? So Joe Elliott did the lead vocals, Steve Clark did the lead rhythm guitar and backing vocals, Rick Savage did the bass guitar, backing vocals, and the Moog bass synthesizer that appears on Rock of Ages. Rick Allen did the drums and backing vocals, Pete Willis did rhythm guitar on all the tracks, and Phil Collin did guitar solos in tracks 1 to 3, 6 and 7, and additional rhythm guitar and backing vocals. Additional musicians, Robert John Mutline, he did the spoken word intro to the backing vocals on Rock of Ages. The Liberties, which was done by Joe Elliott, Mutline, Rick Savage, Phil Collin, and Rocky Newton on backing vocals on Rock of Ages. John Coggers did the Fairlight CMI programming. Tom Dobby did keyboards, but he's been credited as Booker T. Buffin. And Tony Cow, who did additional keyboards, but he was uncredited. Now on to production. So, production. So Robert John Mutline, he was the producer of the album. Mike Shipley was the engineer. Brian Chuck was assistant engineer when the band were at Barry Studios. Craig Thompson was assistant engineer at Parkgate Studios. Neil Green, he's uncredited. He was a mixing assistant. Barney Gunness was the front cover illustration. David Landslide did the back cover photography, and Andre Affleck was the album sleeve concept designer. So now on to singles. So I was meant to say our charts. So in 1983, when Photograph was released, these are for singles, by the way. It reached number 1 on mainstream rock in the United States. Number 12, also in the United States for Billboard Hot 100, and our RPM 50 singles in Canada at number 32. In the UK, it reached singles chart reached number 66. Rock of Ages again, number 1 for mainstream rock USA, 16. Billboard Hot 100 in the United States. RPM 50 singles in Canada reached number 24. UK singles chart number 41. Foolin' mainstream rock went to number 9. Again, that was for the United States. Billboard Hot 100, 28. RPM singles Canada, 39. Too Late for Love. The Too Late for Love was number 9 on mainstream rock USA. UK singles chart 86, Coming Under Fire. All these next 3 are mainstream rock in the United States. 24 for Coming Under Fire, 43 for Billy Scotty Gum, and 42 for Action Not Words. So now on to certification. So certification. So in the United States in 2004, the RIA, this album sold over 10 million copies, making it platinum. Went 10 times platinum, in fact. Canada in 1991, it went 7 times platinum with 700,000 sales. That was by the CRIA. And the UK BPI in 1985, it went silver, selling 60,000 records. So now on to my review of the album. So my review. So I rate this album 10 out of 10. I think if I rated this album any lower, I wouldn't be a true Def Leppard fan. I think this album is a brilliant album. Compared to their first 2 albums, I think this was a big step up. To their previous 2 albums. I think this is where the band started to show their sound and build on what it was to come on the next album. This is what I think where the band songwriting also came into its own as well. This album has got some classic songs on it, as I said, and some of my all-time favourite songs, and this is one of my all-time favourite albums. I've seen Def Leppard play way back in 2015. It was one of the first ever concerts I went to. They did a joint tour with Whitesnake. I was going to see them again last year, but unfortunately they were playing in my hometown, and I couldn't get back for it because obviously I didn't know I was going to be moving over here to Middlesbrough. Def Leppard was one of the first ever bands I ever got into. I got this album at a market in Belfast, same place where I got the Kiss Love Gun album from. So this vinyl, particularly this album, I find it quite hard to get, but I got this for like a reasonable price. But the fact with this vinyl is it's original 1983 first press edition, so something very hard to get for one. So yeah, but all in all, I love this album, and this is one of my most played albums in my collection. So I'm going to wrap this video up. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to hit the instant notification in the description below. So the next final review video is going to be the YouTube one. So make sure you go and check that out. Also, a bit of an announcement for a video. For this video, I am going to be putting up more car content on this channel very soon. My first kind of event this year is the McLaren Festival, back home in the north of Ireland. When this video is going out, I'm going to be heading home in a few days. I'm going to be trying to get the rest of the vinyl reviews videos up in the next couple of days. So that is what's to come. Also, there'll be more car content kind of coming down the line a bit. Even a few two car shows maybe from here in Middlesbrough. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell in the description below. And I guess see ya.